Have you ever taken those tests and it said that you're more of an avoidant attachment style? We've all tried those tests in the past, right? What if you're not actually an avoidant pattern in your relationships or even just in general? What if your nervous system has just come to this place because it has defaulted into the flight response because it hasn't had the opportunity to release the extra energy from when you were extremely stressed out in the past. Crazy thought, hey? And so the flight response is something that we are familiar with, the sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight. And in particular, flight is a response where our body somehow feels threatened with regards to whatever it is that we're experiencing. And again, this could be from built up stress from the past that we haven't really discharged or dealt with yet. And so what we can do today, I'm going to show you specifically, but how you know that you are more in this style is based on how your body is doing. So we feel stress in our bodies. We don't feel it in our brains. We feel it in our bodies. We definitely have a lot of thoughts about it. And some of the thoughts that are accompanied with this type of response is that it's racing and you can't sit still. You just need to go, 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 right? There's that persistent feeling of moving away. We gotta go somewhere. I just gotta go, right? And this is from this response. And so also in our body, we really feel our shoulders very tight because we're ready to run, right? We're ready to go. So a lot of our shoulders, our traps, our upper back, these areas in our body get really, really tight, even our hips, because we're trying to run from that potential stressor, right? And we feel that in our body, our muscles get activated as a result of that response. And so also our breath seems to be a bit shallower, right? Because we're trying to go, we're trying to really run away from that predator, which then leads us to have shallower breaths. And also this type of response is more seen in our relationships where we are afraid to be vulnerable, right? We are afraid to be vulnerable because then that makes us want to flee, to avoid the situation. And of course, we evolved with this response for a reason, right? We evolved because this is something that was very beneficial and it still is beneficial for our survival. But in daily life, this can really cause us to have immense pain in our muscles, especially the muscles that I talked about here around our neck, upper back, and our shoulders, because we feel that stress response the entire time, chronically, and that can lead to pain and discomfort in our system. And so what we want to do is to help combat this is at this level, when we feel all of these symptoms, our stress levels are high, right? We are very, very much activated. So the best thing we can do is to use up all that energy because we have a lot of energy built up in our system. We need to use it. So high intensity type movement is great. Our bodies are meant to move. So when we, if that stressor is just maybe a boss is being an asshole and we're avoiding speaking up for ourselves, but we really feel that anger, we want to move away because they're just a big asshole. And obviously we're in an office, for example, and we can't physically run. That activation is still inside our bodies and it gets stuck in our system. It hasn't had time to deactivate if we are in a state where we're not really managing our stress levels. It gets stuck there. So that's why it's so important to manage it. And one of the biggest things is through movement, right? Going, exercising, having high intensity type exercises to get our heart rate up, to actually use up all that energy strategically so that we can calm the system down. We need to use up the energy first, because if not, it gets stuck in our bodies. Use it first so that we down regulate. So I hope that this helped. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you soon.